What can be put into the Constitution can slip away from you very quickly.
Our First Amendment stands as a major block to the ability to be able to just, hammer it out of existence. So
there's no guarantee to free speech on misinformation or hate speech, and especially around our democracy.
I also think there are Americans who are engaged in this kind of propaganda. And whether they should be civilly or even in some cases criminally charged is something that would be a better deterrent.
Second Amendment?
The Second Amendment, listen, we're going to have to do it the right way. There's no question about that. But we don't have any, we have to get these guns off the street. And it's something I'm so passionate about and so looking forward to being president to address. We've got to deal with this.
We still have to deal with the over 2 million assault weapons that are currently in the streets of America. And so,
look, we have 5 million assault weapons on the streets of America, and we have 5 million assault weapons on the streets of America. And there is no place for them on the civil society, on the streets of a civil society.
And I don't think we lack for great ideas. As I've said many times, we've been having great ideas for decades. And that's why we will work to pass universal background checks, red flag laws, and an assault weapons ban.
I support buybacks.
A buyback program is a good idea.
My agenda includes attempting to get Congress to act, but if they don't within the first 100 days of my administration, I'm going to take executive action. Because what we need is action.
If Congress fails to act, I'll give them 100 days to put a bill on my desk for signature.
The problem is that Congress has not had the courage to act.
Prepared to take executive action and put in place a ban on the importation of assault weapons into our country. And if they do not do it, I will put in place by executive action a comprehensive background check requirement and a ban on the assault weapons and the importation of assault weapons into our country. I'm done.
How mandatory is your gun buyback program?
It's mandatory.
And just because you legally possess a gun in the sanctity of your locked home doesn't mean that we're not going to walk into that home and check to see if you're being responsible and safe in the way you conduct your affairs.
Have you heard?
At the beginning of our country, Thomas Paine said that times have found us.
5, 6,
Declare war,
8,
establish a new nation. Abraham Lincoln took up that charge to keep our country together years later, decades later, and now the times have found us to save our democracy.
I think democracies are very challenged right now and have not proven they can move fast enough or big enough to deal with the challenges that we are facing. Now, obviously, there are some people in our country who are prepared to implement change in other ways.
It's going to be up to us on January 6, 2025 to tell the rampaging Trump mobs that he's disqualified, and then we need bodyguards for everybody in civil war conditions.
And to me, that is part of what this race, this election is all about. Will we break the fever in the United States?